Yes, diddly, yes. How is everyone doing?
What's going on, guys? We're back with Geordie this time, and today we're discussing all things fullbacks, mainly Zinchenko. He's been linked with a move to Arsenal, and we're going to discuss the pros and cons of this, because obviously it's, some people don't want him to go, some people think it's time for him to move on. If he does move on, what does that mean for our fullbacks? If he doesn't move on, what does that mean for our fullbacks? So lots and lots to talk about.
Before we get into it, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta give you props, innit?
Props.
Because I was watching that stream last night, innit?
Yeah.
And bro, you did some mad editing skills,
I did, bro.
Big editing skills, you know what I mean? You even added a new window to the screen and
added a new window.
Bro, it was sick, and you were showing all the different formations. I was looking at it, I was like, these formations aren't it. Bro, you smashed it, bro.
Thank you, bro.
It was very, very good.
Thank you, bro. I'm glad you're alive, innit? Guys, if you've not done so already, please drop a thumbs up on the stream. We're currently on 64 likes. There's nearly 300 people in the stream. Let's go get those likes up, guys. Come on, it's a daytime stream. We need all the help we can possibly get today. Daytime streams are typically quieter, so please drop a thumbs up on it. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new, and go check out Manscaped at manscaped.com. Use code extra20 for 20% off and free shipping. Special ad will be played real soon. Okay, so Zinchenko, obviously he's been in a situation for quite some time now where he's basically lost his position to Cancelo on that left hand side. Cancelo is basically our number one left back right now, and Zinchenko, he's even had missed out as well to players like Ake, who's played left back once or twice for us, and he's sort of struggling to get into the team. Now, he has played a few games recently, and he's sort of hit different ends of form. If you look at the West Ham game, it was atrocious. It was atrocious.
Bro, it was like he wasn't focusing on defence; he was mainly focused on attack.
Yeah,
he had no spatial awareness of where Bowen was or any of their attackers. Bro, he was like, he wasn't switched on that game at all. And I feel like you do get these games from Zinchenko every so often. I remember Southampton last year as well. Yeah. He did the same
Champions League final. He let Havertz run.
Yeah.
But then he come on against Aston Villa and he absolutely performed to a really high standard. Now, this is a sort of interesting debate, and I'm sure everyone will have their own opinion on Zinchenko and what we should do. But the question basically of today's stream is, do you keep Zinchenko and sign another fullback or not sign anyone? Do you sell him? And then if you sell him, who do we want? So basically, open it up to you guys. Let us know in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. But bro, what are you thinking on this situation?
It's a weird one for me, right? Because is there not a situation where Zinchenko stays and we sign Cucurella as well? I know the whole Cucurella links are there, but we was going into this season with Cancelo as a primary left back. We had Ben, obviously, as the other one, and we had Zinchenko. So we actually went into this season with 3 left backs. So is there not a situation where we just keep both? Obviously, Cancelo and Cucurella would primarily be 2 very attacking fullbacks.
Yeah.
Zinchenko can kind of offer a bit more defensive. He's very good for going forward. He's mainly a midfielder. In real life, he's now actually a left back. But could we keep Zinchenko as more of a defensive, solid, keep the ball kind of fullback? He's very good on the ball. He's got a calm head in that. And then you've got Cucurella and Cancelo as your two attacking left backs.
Yeah.
It does seem a bit overkill to me. It seems very overkill. But I'm just thinking we went into this season with 3 left backs. And obviously, Cancelo, depending on Walker's fitness next year, might have to play more as a right back than a left back.
Yeah, look, it's difficult because it's one of them situations that, as MCFC lads said, keep Zinchenko. That guy would die on the pitch for us. You can't buy that.
True that.
I agree, but the guy's not going to be on the pitch for us next season that much. This season, he played 28 games, and he played a total of 20 matches fully. You know what I mean? If you average out his time on the pitch, he played a total of 20 complete games. Now, if we sign Cucurella, you better believe that that's going to be at least halved. At least, because he's simply not going to play left back next season if we sign Cucurella, because you've got Cucurella, Cancelo, and then Zinchenko. You know what I mean? So where is he going to get the time? I agree entirely with the point that MCFC lads made and that people are making in the chat, that he has the look. Muzaf, he has the passion and he could play left midfield. I agree. Yeah.
Did you see him after the final? He was kissing the badge and that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And I love that.
I love that.
I love it.
but that doesn't guarantee him game time.
He's not going to get game time next season.
Thing is, I know that Big Steve said on the Big Six. I know obviously there's no like actual confirmation of this. There's still a deal to be done with Brighton. Big Steve said he thinks that next week the Cucurella deal will be done. Now it obviously remains whether that's true or not. But the thing for me is, as much as in a dreamland, this is why I was saying about the 3 left backs. That's because that's me and my attachment to Zinchenko and not wanting to go because of his passion for his football club. That's why I had that attachment to it. But because Zinchenko stayed at his club and fought for his position every year. He's done it every single year. The City have been willing to sell the guy. Do you know what I mean? Like Wolves came in and the City were all willing to go do a deal, and then he was like, no, I want to stay, I want to fight for my spot. And he's been a very, very loyal servant, a good utility player for the club. But can you realistically say to Zinchenko, hey mate, yeah, you can stay, but you're barely going to play, so it's up to you what you want to do. Do you know what I mean? Because if we do sign Cucurella, I think that's the end of Zinchenko for me, personally. I think that's him done. I think Zinchenko then will move on. It's sad. Jay says, hey, you have to put sentiments aside. End of the day, the footballing world is a business nowadays, isn't it? And you do have to put sentiments aside. I absolutely love Zinchenko. Do you know what I mean? I love him,
to be fair, we've said this for weeks, if not months, that we're going to be making sales this summer that people are not going to be happy with or that will upset people. And it's because football's a ruthless business and you can't keep players on sentiment. My point is, this season, right, he's played 28 matches. Every single one of them, bar one, was at left back. If we sign Cucurella, explain to me where he's going to be playing. I've seen some people in the chat saying, but he could play midfield. He's not going to play midfield. If
we sign Calvin Phillips, he's not going to play anywhere in that midfield.
Plus, bro, if Pep thought he was good enough to play midfield, he would have played midfield this season, or last season, or the season before. He's never played there properly.
The only way it works, right? The only way it works is if Cancelo goes right back, which I don't see because I feel like Cancelo is a better left back than he is a right back.
Yeah, that's not happening.
So I don't see Cancelo moving to a right-back position as a full-time thing. Of course, he'll fill in every now and again when Walker's not fit or for rotation with Walker. But when that happens, and if we've got Cucurella in the team, Cucurella will be on the left-hand side, not Zinchenko. So even if Kyle Walker's out of the team and Cancelo goes to right-back, Cucurella's still going to be left-back. And when Kyle Walker's on the team, Cancelo's your left-back.
Yeah.
So it doesn't bode well. It doesn't bode well. And Georgie Boy says there, we were so short at the back this year, though. And yeah, we were. We did have a bad time. And maybe that could be a reason. That's probably a valid reason for the club to maybe think, you know what, we'll get both. We'll keep Zinchenko in the squad for that bit more bolstering at the back. And basically, if we get in the situation that was in this year, we have more defenders on the pitch.
And Beyond Belief says here, we've got 2 left backs that aren't proper left backs. It needs sorting out. You're absolutely spot on, mate. You're absolutely spot on. And if Cucurella comes in, we don't know who's going to be first choice left back, Cucurella or Cancelo. My opinion would be Cancelo would have the shirt until he ends up ballsing something up, which he probably will do fairly quick because defensively he switches off sometimes, which will allow Cucurella to get in. But, you know, because Zinchenko, I just think he's going to be frozen out. He's not going to play that many minutes. He's hardly played that much this season. He's played 28 games, for 1,843 minutes, which is around 20 matches, all at left back. If we sign Cucurella and you've got Cancelo, I simply don't see Zinchenko playing any game time, and he's not going to play midfield because if he was good enough to play midfield in the eyes of Pep Guardiola, he would have played there now and again. Or take Rodri off and put Zinchenko on. He's never done that. So clearly Pep doesn't believe that he's good enough at midfield. And if he's not good enough at midfield and you sign a new left back, I just think it's time for him to leave. By the way, I did have this conversation yesterday. Could you just keep him anyway?
Yeah, just keep him anyway.
But obviously that would be entirely down to him.
It's down to him whether he accepts that. Do you know what I mean? Because then he's going off the fact that he's backing himself to be above our left backs and also backing himself to actually play, and maybe thinks that the other players won't be fit for the whole season and he might get some game time. He might do that. He might want that. He might be fine with that. But it is an interesting conversation. Obviously, I know that the fact that there is 5 subs next year. There is 5 subs next year. So see, even that with 5 subs, I don't see a situation.
Because even with the 5 subs, 10 subs, 20 subs, He's still not going to get on the pitch because
the left back
Pep doesn't trust him in midfield.
Yeah.
He mustn't do, otherwise he would have played there. I'm not just saying that for saying its sake. I'm saying if Pep trusts Zinchenko in midfield, why hasn't Zinchenko played 3 or 4 games in midfield, or come on as a sub in midfield, or rotated with Rodri when Cancelo's at left back? He's never done that. That tells me that he doesn't believe Zinchenko's up to the job. Because if you tell me that Pep doesn't think that, well, why has he never played there then?
Yeah.
Even for 25 minutes in a couple of games here and there in Carabao Cup matches, it's never happened. So that can only lead me to one thing, that he doesn't trust him in the midfield. And at left back, if we sign Cucurella and keep Cancelo, he's not going to play.
Callum Holmes, by the way, I know you messaged 10 minutes ago. And sorry, mate, I've just been side-watching it. With the member for 10 months, yes, tier 3. Have you seen apparently we've offered a 6-year contract to Pep? Don't know if it's true. It's not true. So it's all these in the nose, isn't it? On these in the nose on Twitter, all saying that Simon Stone has confirmed that Pep's done this, and Simon Stone literally quote tweeted it and was like, "I've literally not said anything like this." So that's the whole Pep 6-year contract thing. It's fake news. I would absolutely love it, but I don't see Pep sign a 6-year contract when he renews anyway. I don't think he moves like that. It takes it small extensions. Big Johnny with a 449 says Zinni has rejected moves in the past to earn his spot. I have to wonder if Zinni could move into midfield when someone like Gundo or Silva leaves.
No,
but
I don't see it, Johnny.
The thing is for me with that, people would much prefer players like Phil Foden or Jack Grealish to be in that midfield when Gundo or Silva leaves anyway. Yeah. So I feel like Zinchenko ain't going to get a look in over a Grealish or a Foden in that midfield.
Simply don't see it, Johnny, because he would have played there already. You know what I mean? And we're already seeing rumours about City potentially going in for Jude Bellingham next summer. You've got McAtee, you've got Palmer, you've got Foden, Grealish. No, it's just not happening, is it? Let's be honest. I think if we sign Cucurella, the only way Zinchenko stays is if we sign another right back and not a Cucurella. But we're not signing another right back. There's no links to another right back. Everything's left back at the moment. So that's the only way Zinchenko stays at this football club, is if we decide not to sign a left back and we sign a right back. And then you've got Cancelo and Zinchenko as your 2 left backs, and you've got Walker and new right back as your right backs. Otherwise, it's not happening. Can't happen. Unless he just wants to chill. And I did discuss this yesterday on the stream for a couple of minutes. I said yesterday, is there a possibility that Zinchenko just decides that, you know what, he loves this club so much, he'd rather just be here playing the odd game here or there, helping out in the dressing room? I mean, it sounds disrespectful, but he might want that. We've seen other players do it in Europe before, just stay at clubs and never leave.
That's the thing, he might want that, and he might accept a bit part role. He might just think, you know what, I love this club, I want to be here, I want to go with this team. Do you know what I mean? You know that all the whole players and that, all the squad get on together and that. He might just think, you know what, I'll keep this bit part role at the club. Because the club will turn to him and say, like, look, if they're signing a left back, they'll go to Zinchenko and say, look, we're signing a left back. Do you want to get sold this summer? Like they've done every summer. Do you know what I mean? We've got offers in for you. Would you like to leave or not? Because the club has been very open to selling Zinchenko. It's just Zinchenko stayed and fought for his place. Now the issue is now Zinchenko will be staying, but he'll have 2 people in front of him to fight for his place. Now the thing is, though, at the beginning of this season, he went into this season with the same thing. Yeah. He had 2 players in front of him for that place.
Yeah.
So maybe he's literally just fine with it. Maybe Zinchenko's just going, you know what, I'm fine with having 2 players in front of it.
Yeah, it all depends on him, I guess. But yeah, the way I see it, I think the guy's going to proper struggle to get any sort of game time. And obviously we've got a couple right backs coming through the academy and out on loan in Yankuto Kabore, Rico Lewis as well. And it's just, you know, what it'll be an interesting one, this, because it'll upset a lot of people, you know what I mean, in the chat. Well, what's the poll? Would you sell Zinchenko? Look at that. 78% of people in the chat say don't sell Zinchenko this summer. But I've got to say, guys, if I had to place a bet, I'd be saying 78% of people are going to be a bit unhappy, bro. Because I think he'll be off.
The club warned us about this as well, didn't they? A lot of sources are warning us that we are going to see players leave that you don't necessarily want to leave. Like, look at the start for Gabby leaving. Gabby will leave this summer, in my opinion. And I feel like that's a player that not a lot of fans want to see leave because of their work ethic. And I think Zinchenko is another one of them players. But there is the whole thing of if there is an injury in the side, then he will get kind of a thing. He will get a situation where he can get into there. But it's it's just difficult. Gav says there, with what's going on in Ukraine, he might want to stay for stability. And everyone seems to love him around the team. And that's true. What's going on in Ukraine and that, he might just think, I'd rather stay here with all these people. Do you know what I mean? The club, obviously, do you know what I mean, are very supportive of him in that. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I can't answer. It's up for it. That's it.
It's basically, choice, isn't it? I feel like a lot of this deal boils down to Zinchenko's thoughts and what Zinchenko wants to do. Yeah. Like, he went into this season with 2 left-backs above him. So he might just go, yeah, I'll do that again.
Who were the 2 left-backs above him?
It was Benjamin Mendy and Cancelo were both above him when we started this season. Because we knew Cancelo was going to play left-back this season. Yeah. And he went into that with 2 left-backs above him. And then so this year he might just go, yeah, I'll do the same thing. Cucurella and Cancelo above me. And when there's injuries, I'll come in and I'll do bits for my team. Do you know what I mean? Because, like I say, a lot of people saying he's a utility player. He's a good utility player. Yeah. And that's a very prime example. He's come in and done bits. Yeah,
that's an interesting one. Next up, I want to talk about if we were to sell him, what would be the transfer fee? But before we talk about that, make sure you smash a thumbs up on the stream and roll titles, Bray, for the Manscaped. 85% of partners prefer a man who is groomed below the waist, and 96% of partners think bad grooming is a major turn-off. That's where Manscaped have come in to help us all out, including myself, lads. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a trimmer specifically designed with our crown jewels in mind. It has skin-safe technology to reduce those nicks and cuts and gives you the maximum confidence while trimming below the waist. It's also IPX7 waterproof rated, so you can operate in wet or dry conditions. It has a premium 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology and a massive 90-minute battery time, which is supported by its wireless electromagnetic charging function. With the Performance Package 4.0, you'll get the Crop Reviver with witch hazel and powerful odor defense. This keeps your balls protected after a good shave. Crop Preserver with its soothing aloe vera and advanced quick absorbing cream, keeping your balls feeling fresh and hydrated. And the Weed Whacker to trim ear and nose hair. The Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to keep you the most groomed man in the room. Use our code EXTRA20 XTRA20 at checkout and you'll save yourself 20% off your order and receive free international shipping.
Yes. Do you know what I mean? Guys, I'm having lunch, take the ad off. I mean, it's done now, mate. The pain is over.
Yeah, sorry, T. Newbury. Guys, if you go check out Manscaped, link in the description, all that, 20% off if you use our code. Make sure you smash a thumbs up on the stream, by the way, guys. We're 7 likes away from 200 likes, 500 people in the stream. Hopefully you're all doing well today. Make sure you subscribe to us as well. Right, talk about value time. How much is Zinchenko worth? Now, I've just put a poll in the chat. The figures are a bit skewed, like a bit weird, but I've done it for a specific reason to really try and hone down the specific value. Now, obviously, he's got 2 years left on his contract. He's a good player, senior pro, he's experienced, he's played international level, he's played Champions League level. Yes, okay, he can make a few errors now and again. On the whole, pretty solid player.
Very good on the ball.
Would make most teams, if not squads, 100% better. So, value season, bro. What are you thinking?
I reckon you could get 30 mil for Zinchenko. That sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot. My brain always goes with a 20-25 mil bracket. And that's because we bought him for 1.8 mil. But I think he's very, very good. But then again, the 20-25 bracket, I think the club would accept that. So if a team came in with 25 mil, bro, I think the club would accept that for Zinchenko. Personally, I'd say around 30 mil. Do you know what I mean? Is he? You can't exactly say, oh, he's a Cancelo, so you know what I mean? He's low, do you know what I mean? Because he ain't played that for us, and also he does have the mistakes in him, but he's very, very, very good on the ball.
Yeah.
He's very good on the ball.
It's a really difficult one, this one, isn't it? Because you're like, right, okay, we know that we're rubbish at selling players, right? So we all agree that he's worth, but that's not the question, I guess. It's just how much is he worth, not how much is Cheeky going to flog him for with a massive discount. The options are 0 to 13, 14 to 19, 20 to 25, 26 plus, because I genuinely didn't think there'd be that many people that would go 26 plus.
Yeah.
Now, over half of the people in the poll who voted in the poll have said over 26 million. I think 25 million. But that is low. You know what I'm trying? You know what's happening to me here, right? I'm seeing a value for Zinchenko, and then I'm applying the Tiki Bergerstein tax. You know what I mean? Which is automatically like a 50% off coupon code.
Bro, we don't sell players good. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you automatically you think, oh, he's worth this, but then instantly you do think, nah, because we're not gonna. I personally don't think we'll be able to. I don't think personally City would sell him for more than 25 mil. I think genuinely 25 mil, the club would just go, look at that profit. We just made 24 mil profit on Zinchenko, 23 mil profit on Zinchenko. Now, right, Mike McGrath today did say that if Zinchenko, basically City aren't going to stand in Zinchenko's way if he wants to leave, right? If he chooses to leave the club this summer, they would expect a considerable transfer fee for a player that has 2 years remaining in his contract.
Okay, fair dues. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to redo that poll with a higher sort of baseline, because clearly I got it completely wrong on the values. Because the thing is, I know Zinchenko's worth a lot of money because he's experienced. Right?
Well, is he worth a lot of money to us? Because as a squad, he's done so well. Do you know what I mean? As a different team coming into this, like at Arsenal, are Arsenal really going to value Zinchenko at £40 million?
Well, they probably should.
I mean, how much did they buy? What's he called? Tierney for? And guys made of biscuits.
Yeah.
Minimum 1 billion. Georgie Boy says £30 million minimum. No way Cucurella should be much more. Zinni worth 52 mil. Watch the meltdown if City sell him more than we bought Haaland for.
Right. These figures are weird, yeah, but I'm trying to get it so like I can properly try and find out what people are saying. So allow it a little bit. Right, okay, this is a good one. Right. New poll in the chat. In British pounds, currency wise, people asking. Let's see if we can get a bit of like a, because last time it's 50% was over 20 mil. Let's see if this is we can get a little bit of a more accurate sort of situation here on this one.
Just while that poll's going on, Darcy with a 5 says, bit off topic, but do you reckon KDB will end up retiring at City?
I think so.
I think so, mate.
Or he might get off to the MLS or like
he might,
wherever nowadays, wherever the cash is. But
I reckon, mate, he'll spend his career at City.
He's already said, hasn't he, that he wants to see his contract out at City. So,
and that's over 3 years.
Yeah.
And I reckon the club will offer him another contract in that time.
I agree.
So he'll be one of these players that stay at City for as much as possible.
He's only 25 as well, says Michael Grass. So yeah, he's only 25.
Yeah, only 20.
He's only going to get better.
Only 25 with 2 years.
And he can play anywhere.
He can literally play anywhere.
He could play anywhere, that guy.
Can play across the midfield. Obviously, he can play in the defence. He can play as a left winger if he really wanted to.
There we go.
Schlock says, I'd say 35 to 40 million. I feel like 35 million is around what people are saying. Look at that, 50% of people are saying around the 29 to 36 million pound. I think 35 mil is where people are at. I've seen a lot of people in chat say 35 mil. I feel like that's the one that people are going with. Now, 35 million. I'm fine with that.
I think 35 and we've got ourselves a decent deal. We bought him in for 1.4 or whatever it was. He's been here. He's done really, really well. He's played his heart out for this football club. And if we get 35 million for him, for a guy who's not going to play much next season, I think that's a mad deal. I think that's fair. But I think that's I think that's a good deal for City.
Our Queen says Lewis can't put normal values. What's 29 to 36? Nah, he's trying to narrow it down. Then it's from the last one.
Because people are saying like 35. So I mean, I'm trying to get it. Are you saying 29, 36? But that's a decent. And obviously, if we get 35 for him, well, we're not going to be paying much more for Cucurella than 35 million. The rumours are it's 35 million. So you're basically not paying any. You're not spending any money there. Net spend on zero. You know what I mean? But the problem that I've got with this, right, is how much better is Cucurella than Zinchenko? And I know Cucurella looks sick, But Cucurella's been playing for Brighton. It's going to be a completely different kettle of fish when he starts playing for City. He's going to experience a completely different style of football. Not in terms of the way that we play, because obviously they try and play nice football as well. In terms of the intensity on the ball, we have 60-70% of possession every single game.
Apparently, though, Cucurella is and I seen like people were saying at the start of the Cucurella thing that he can't defend. Cucurella, he can only attack, and that's a myth. That he's apparently he's a very, very good defender, a very good defender, and a very good attacker.
I just think like I don't know. This is a difficult one, this one, yeah, because we all got like I feel like everyone has a connection with Zinchenko because of the way he plays for the shirt, and I don't have that with Zinchenko. I don't have that with Cucurella, and I just think, and I don't know how much I can get behind this deal. I just don't know, innit? It just maybe it's one of these ones that we don't want to happen. But the club know it's the right move, and Pep Guardiola know it's the right move, so we just have to back it because that's what the big men are saying at the top of the table. You know what I mean? Whereas us little guys are just like, oh, we don't want him to leave. Don't sell Zinchenko, Super Zinchenko. Just don't think you understand.
Remember that with Joe Hart?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what we'll sing, and then they'll sell him anyway, and they'll go, all right, nice one.
Bro, isn't it mad that literally the fans were screaming at Pep, don't sell Joe Hart, Super Joe Hart, and then he's like, just instantly, yeah, bye. That's
what I mean, it's just like, he's obviously a fan favourite, everyone loves him because of the effort that he puts in, but I don't know, man. What are these polls saying? What are the...
I think it's 35 mil is what people... 29 to 36, I think it's 35 mil. It's the high 30s, so I'm going to
basically 30 to 35.
30 to 35 mil, but City will sell him for 20. In fact, someone actually put in the chat then, and I was going to read it out. But, Aaron Noonan, yes, Aaron, ex-club member, he said, it's worth 35 to us, do you know what I mean, as City fans, because we have the connection with him, we know how good he is, but no way other clubs buy a converted left-back for 35 mil. What are they buying? A midfielder or a left-back? And then he says he thinks 20 is the most we'll get offered. And if as a business, the club could look at that and go, we paid £1.5 million or 1.8 million, whatever it was, for this guy, and we're making 20 mil. 20 times profit, innit?
Yeah.
I mean,
I get that, but if
or we can just keep him in it and get Cucurella as well. Keep him just for the sentiment.
Or just not get Cucurella and just keep Zinchenko. That is obviously an option, and that's the next poll in the chat, guys. Who would you rather have at City next season at left back? Cucurella or Zinchenko? This is going to be interesting, Brie, because people in the chat, man, there's a lot of people in the chat backing Zinchenko, you know. There's a lot of, and this is what I'm saying. It's going to be split down the middle.
Look at that.
Yeah. Look at it, man. Look at it.
You should have put a both. Nah, because everyone would have just gone both, because that's the easy option. Because with this, bro, it's one or the other. You can't sit on the fence. Both is the fence.
No sitting on the fence.
No sitting on the fence with this chat. Basically, I know you all want both in that, but you can only have one of them.
Yeah.
We need 2 players at each position, so both. Nah, because that would be 3 players. But I guess if you said Cancelo is your right back.
See, Darcy there says in the chat, Cucurella has way more potential. But Zinchenko's only 25 years old. So could you not say that Zinchenko still has potential? He might not have as much potential as Cucurella, because obviously Cucurella's, 22, 23, so obviously he's younger. But you could say that Zinchenko still has potential to grow, obviously being 25.
The thing is, though, bro, we could sign Cucurella and have Zinchenko at this football club. 2 left-backs in Zinchenko, Cucurella, 2 right-backs in Cancelo and Walker.
Yeah, I know, but...
Because then, bro, if say Walker goes out, Cancelo comes in, then you've got Zinchenko or Cucurella as your 2 left-backs.
Yeah.
We can have both.
It's not going to happen, no. Yes, King Leo. It says you can't sell sure for unsure. Nice, bro. That's a good comment, man. That's a good comment.
But I get that because you don't know how Cucurella's going to be, innit?
And Chris Drew, below it says exactly the same. He's proven in all competitions. Cuckoo could be great, but not yet proven. Tough choice.
So that's the thing, innit? Is what do you go with? Dugan, Vidron Gaming in the chat, he's an Arsenal fan. He says Zinchenko would do a job at Arsenal. As an Arsenal fan, you'd want Zinchenko because he's great to come in, especially if because Tierney's made of biscuits.
Yeah. He's a mint player, and obviously he's worked with Arteta before. He'd walk into Arsenal and just fit in from day one.
From day one.
We both play similar style of football, possession based.
Vortex then though offers a good point. You wouldn't sign anyone if you only stuck with what you know.
Yeah, no, I think the difference is I don't think, and it's clear from the poll that I don't think people are that convinced that Cucurella is that much better than Zinchenko that it's worth the risk. Otherwise, people would just be saying Cucurella, and people are not. In fact, most of the votes are saying 51% for Zinchenko.
I think people are voting Zinchenko because we know he's sick. We know he's done bits for us. So Cucurella is the risk.
Yeah, that's exactly the same. Basically, what I said, just worded it in a different way. Like people don't know what to do here. We've got Zinchenko, who gives you 7s out of 10 most weeks. Sometimes he can drop a 5. Sometimes he can drop an 8. He ain't really going to go higher than an 8. He ain't really going to go lower than a 6. You know what I mean? And the 6 will be very, very rare. What Cucurella could give you, he could be giving you them 8s every single game. Yeah? But we don't know if that's going to be the case. He could come in and he could be dropping 6s every week, not 7s, which is Zinchenko's currently dropping the 7s.
This is why Pep has this. This is why Pep has to make the call, isn't it?
It's a massive call.
It's a massive call from Pep.
Because I tell you what, imagine if we sold Zinchenko, got Cucurella in, and he just was like bombed out. I want to be like, why the hell did you sell Zinchenko, who's played in that position for the last 3 or 4 years, dropped 7s every game, is a sick player, brilliant professional, and you've sold him and then bought some guy from Brighton who's never played a Champions League match in his life and no one knows who he is.
Or you keep both because Cucurella could bomb. You keep both so you have the surety, and then you let Cucurella in bed for a season, and then the season after that you can say to Zinchenko, do you still want to be here or do you want to leave?
What about if Zinchenko says, if you sign a Cucurella, then I want to play football?
Yeah, then obviously.
It's a horrible decision, man. It really, really is. Anthony Gaming, yes, coming in with the 5, says, what's happened with the other transfers target for Manchester City? Calvin Phillips is just gone a little bit quiet right now. Obviously, England are playing Nations League soon, so not sure whether it's going to be just delayed until after that or something.
I also think that say this Cucurella, if the Cucurella deal was to happen, it'd happen before the Calvin Phillips one. I think the Calvin Phillips one, it's very much... That'll be a longer transfer, I think, based on the value of him. And there's rumours of... Also, Calvin Phillips is currently changing agents to the same agent as Jack Grealish. Yeah. So, is it Stellar Agents? I think it is Stellar. It is. So I think he'll wait until... Stellar. He'll wait until that's done, obviously, to move to City. So when that goes through, which rumoured to be actually this week, that was going to go through our next week, then the Calvin Phillips deal will happen. But... Obviously, City can move forward with Cucurella if they wanted to. And I know people in the chat saying Cucurella, Big Steve said that it'll be announced next week. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to announce, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We've got Haaland, which is apparently next week.
We've got Alvarez. He needs to be properly announced.
Bro.
We've got Cucurella, if he's happening. Calvin Phillips. It's a madness. Yes, Jasper as well there with the 5. Yes. A lot of Australians in the chat today. Probably the timing, isn't it? Good to see you guys in. Hope you're doing well. Cucurella is a natural left back, has a higher ceiling than Cancelo. He tackles and recycles, never loses the ball after winning it. He's built for Pep ball. He may be, and by the way, can I just say, I ain't saying that's not true. What I'm simply doing here, as as one of the debate mediators, is just throwing things on either side. You know what I mean? I'm trying to cause debate. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about, having a conversation.
I like these chats that we're having recently. Do you know what I mean? We had the Sterling one the other day.
Yeah.
You had one yesterday about these Cucurella ones. It is debate, isn't it?
Yeah. What I'm trying to say though is, you're absolutely right. He could do, but he could come in and bomb. And if we let Zinchenko go and he bombs, and obviously that is the risk, isn't it? It's just a gamble. We don't know. And I guess you don't really know with any transfers. Haaland could bomb, Alvarez could bomb, Phillips could bomb. All these players could come in and flop. That is a thing that happens. It's just. I think that with Cucurella, I don't think people have seen enough of him because he plays for Brighton. So not enough City fans have seen enough of Cucurella to fully understand whether it's worth the risk. Because let's be honest, the only time you're watching Brighton is when City play Brighton, and maybe when Liverpool play Brighton or United play Brighton. You're not watching Brighton other than that, right? Other than when you see him on the highlights reels. So I just think that with City fans, obviously, we've not really seen him too much. It's just a massive risk, man.
The thing is, right, there is, I keep going back to it, there is room for both. There is room. You got 2 right backs and 2 left backs. Also, what was a good comment from someone. I'm sorry, mate. I can't find it now, innit? Oh wait, no, I found it. Ryan said, if you have Zinchenko or Cancelo, who are you playing? Cancelo every single time, right? If they're both fit.
If you have, sorry, say that again.
Cancelo or Zinchenko, if they're both fit, fully fit, you play Cancelo every time.
Of course you do, yeah.
Zinchenko doesn't challenge Cancelo.
Yeah.
Cucurella could well challenge Cancelo. Both attacking fullbacks. He's better defensively.
He could.
Could, but it's a risk.
But he could also bomb.
He could also bomb.
Which Zinchenko doesn't do.
That's the same with every transfer, though, isn't it? Every transfer. This is why this is so high stakes.
Yeah.
Because, and this is why we could genuinely just keep both. If Zinchenko's willing to stay, keep both.
I mean, that would be decent if we could keep them both and basically. But then the problem is, yeah, Zinchenko's still out the door because you're not going to get Cucurella in for a year. Say he has a bad season, you're not going to be like, right, Cucurella, see you after 1 year. So it's still goodbye.
It's still goodbye. It's just delaying the inevitable. It's just delaying Zinnia's false 9.
What would you do, bro? After the conversation, what would you do?
I don't know, bro.
You can't sit on the fence, bro. You said to the chat before, you can't sit on the fence. You need to vote in it. You need to have a vote.
What would I do, or what do I think the club will do?
No, what would you do if you're Pep Guardiola and you had to say on this? Yeah.
Well, if I'm Pep Guardiola, I'm gonna pick Cucurella because he's a pure Pep ball player. Like, do you know what I mean? The guy literally loves him. He came from the Mazer as well.
So you take the risk.
So
you take the gamble.
But no. That's if I'm Pep Guardiola, by the way. If I'm me, I want both, innit? If I'm me, I want both.
You can't have both. So what you doing? If City rang you now and said, Jordan,
this is the
situation. We literally, you're deciding right now who's playing like in that backup left back for Man City next season. Is it Cucurella or Zinchenko? We're going to either sign Cucurella and sell Zinchenko, or not sign Cucurella and keep Zinchenko. What would you say? You have to make a decision right now.
So it's down to me?
Down to you, bro.
I keep Zinchenko because I don't want to be the reason that this club fails at left back. Bro, I keep Zinchenko. I'm like, yo. I'm not being the reason this club fails. I'll keep Zinchenko.
That's funny.
Thing is, Zinchenko is sick. He is sick. Bro, he's mint. He is mint. Look at him every time he gets the ball, boy. He's so calm on the ball. He has lapses in defence every so often. But I personally, bro, that's what I'd go within it. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want this club to fail at left back next season. Personally, I think this is what I think will happen. I think the club are willing to sell Zinchenko this summer, hence why the rumours are coming out now about Arsenal being interested. I think basically the club have kind of said Zinchenko is in the market for people, but it's up to Zinchenko whether he wants to leave or not. I think they'll have that conversation with him. I think he'll leave. I genuinely think Zinchenko... Well, I think we'll sign Cucurella. I don't know if Zinchenko will leave.
Question.
I think we're going to sign...
Question, I've just seen a message in the chat from Akshit Kaidan, who says, we don't need to gamble. It's a very good point. Do we need to gamble? Didn't we have the best defence in the league this season? Or if it wasn't the best, it was defo top 2. Do we need to gamble? People saying gamble.
People want a left back.
We didn't. We got joint best defence with Liverpool. Do we need to gamble? That's the question. Do we have to do it? Do we need to improve that spot? Is there a point in time where you go, no, I don't think we can improve this anymore? Like we've peaked.
But we're not. Do you know what I mean? Peak could be like having like 2 full world class. Do you know what I mean? Like hype stars at left back. Do you know what I mean? Zinchenko is very good. Do you know what I mean? Why can't Cucurella be third choice? Makes it even better.
He ain't gonna do that though, surely, Gav. You know what I mean? This guy's playing week in, week out for Brighton. He's being linked with top clubs. He's not gonna come in and be third choice.
Dugan says the old saying, "Don't try and fix something that's not broken."
Very good point, bro. Very good point. And if that's the case, should we not be focusing on a right back?
I've said personally, I think we need a right back over a left back because, and it's funny as well because for years we've said we need a left back, we need a left back, we need a left back. Because we don't have a left back. We still don't have left. We have Cancelo, who is a right back. He's just better at left back.
But I feel like, yeah, you are right, by the way. But I feel like we've been saying that for the last 5 years, and it's pretty decent.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, isn't it? Like the fact that we've said for years we need a left back, but we ended up having 2 people who aren't
who've done all right.
Yeah.
So do we actually need a left back?
Or is Zinchenko left-footed? He's left-footed,
Yeah.
isn't he? Yeah. I was just thinking because of... But then maybe the couple of candidates with Haaland in the box, they might be looking for go and get in a Cucurella to go get an attacking left-footed fullback to whip the balls in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on what Cucurella's delivery is like. Guys, where can I get Soriano's interview? I didn't know Soriano had done an interview, mate. Usually Caldoon does an interview at the end of the year. But that's not out yet.
I think the Soriano one, he was just a radio. He rang into a Spanish radio, bro. I think that's what you're saying. Anthony Gaming, yes. 2 super chats here. Thanks a lot for the support, man. I appreciate that. Says Man City get all the transfer targets now. Yeah,
guys, impatient.
maybe they'll be on it. I mean, Alvarez, Haaland, obviously already done. Cucurella seems like it's happening. If it is happening, and obviously Calvin Phillips might take a little bit longer, but still it could be done anytime now. We don't really know. And then the second one says we should go for Liverpool's right back, Trent. Yeah, I don't know about that's going to happen, bro, because he'll come in and I think Pep will keep Walker as his right back, and we've got a couple of good ones in the academy and out on loan.
That's FIFA mode, though.
But you bring us on to a good point there, Anthony, actually, because the next poll and the final poll of the stream is: should we focus on a left back or a right back? Because we've spent all this time speaking about left backs. Could the question, we've only got one right back. We officially, if you class Zinchenko and Cancelo as left backs, we have 2. So why don't we focus on a right back and get another right back?
Can I just throw something out here?
Right. Throw it as hard as you want, bro.
Oh, I hate this. You know what I mean? We're in a very good position as a football club. Do you know what I mean? The fact that we do go in for transfers all the time and that. But it's horrible. It's horrible. It's such a headache. We got Haaland up top next season, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What if Pep's looking at it and thinking Cancelo's going to be right back next year? Zinchenko will be the backup left back. And so we're basically 2 right-footed on the right, 2 left-footed on the left to whip the balls into the big boy Erling Haaland.
I don't know if that'll happen. I see what you're saying, but I think what'll happen is
because they'll play out to the wingers, really. The wingers should be the ones that
and I think he'll want players coming inside to give a little bit more narrow, and then the wingers can stay. Because what happens is, and we've seen this sometimes this season with players, they get in the way of each other.
Yeah.
If you've got Sterling on the right hand side, you don't want Walker bombing on the overlap, because then Sterling can't go on the overlap. So I don't know. I think he'll pretty much stick with that.
Yeah. So right back situation. It's so weird because do we sign a right back when we've got all these talents coming through? Yan Couto, obviously I've never seen him play football in my life, but apparently he's a baller. Issa Kabore, apparently a baller.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Are they going to be the backup to Kyle Walker?
Rico
Lewis baller.
Yeah.
So are we going to go with them as the backup to Kyle Walker? Right? Is that why we're focusing on left back? Because we don't have as much left back talents? We have a lot of right back talents, not many left back talents. So maybe the club are going, look, we've got a very, very, very good way of going down here. So we'll get these. And then left back, we'll go sign Cucurella and get rid of Zinchenko.
Yes, Darcy coming in with the 5. He says, what do we think about Reece James to City? You think it's possible if Chelsea capitulate next season? I don't know if it's possible, but if it is possible, then that would be insane. I think he's probably going to be one of the best right backs in the world. I think he's
the perfect Kyle Walker replacement.
Yeah, I feel like he's a bit of a mould between Trent and Walker. I don't think he's quite as good going forward as Trent, but he's definitely better defensively than Trent, and he's probably better than Walker going forward. So he's like a hybrid of the two. I think he's top draw. I think he's top draw, and I think Chelsea will have a real problem keeping him. And I know Chelsea fans, I've seen this on Twitter, saying there's no way he'd leave. Is Chelsea through and through? When you're the best player in the world in your position, which I think he will become the best right back in the world, maybe next season, maybe the season after. If Chelsea aren't competing, which I don't think they will, because if Klopp stays at Liverpool and Pep stays at City, then they just simply won't compete for the league, in my opinion. And someone big comes in for him who's winning trophies, I think it'd be difficult for him to turn it down. So it would be sick if we could get him, but that would be once Walker leaves, in my opinion. I don't think we'd get him as like a backup. There's no chance that would be in. So we've got a couple of different options. The chat is narrowly just saying right back, but one thing that today's stream has proved, bro, is that everybody is completely split on what to do. None of you can agree. We can't agree. You can't agree. You don't know whether to keep Zinchenko.
I can't even agree with
Cucurella.
myself, bro. I can't I give myself points and go, yeah, that's a good point to get Cucurella, but then I go, oh, but we could just keep Zinchenko. I'm arguing with my own brain. You know what I mean? So this is why it's going to be a very, very, very difficult decision from Pep. The rumour is that it's very much the Cucurella is on.
Yeah.
I did see today, however, that it was very much paper talk, but I did see today that Chelsea apparently in Cucurella, which is a bit of a weird one, but they've got Chilwell.
Chilwell has been out all season.
Yeah, Chilwell and Alonso.
I think Alonso's apparently meant to be leaving this summer.
Oh, is he?
I've heard rumours that he's meant to be leaving.
No way.
But, there's no way they're going to get Cucurella if they've got Chilwell. Surely not.
By
but
the way,
it's a madness. Go on.
Jaden Braff joined Dortmund officially.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
That's mad.
Yeah, good luck to him. Dortmund just hacking our academy again. Yes, Anthony, again. Thanks a lot for your support, Anthony, bro. It's been mad today. Did you know when we won the Premier League, Liverpool fans got salty, we should start buying some? Yeah. I mean, the thing is, bro, it's difficult to get anyone out of that football club. Look what happened to Sterling when he come. The whole country just decided to turn on him. So
the thing is, as well, Liverpool won't sell to a direct rival like City when it's us two going for the title because they're not gonna want to improve their competitor.
Yeah, Trent's not going to leave Liverpool anyway because he's Liverpool through and through, and they are winning things. I also don't think Trent's good enough defensively. I really, really don't. So I personally would stay clear of Trent. He's brilliant going forward defensively, even though people try and say he's good. He's not. I've seen him get skinned far too many times. And if you're going to go in and spend big cash on a right back, go and get Reece James, who's by far the better player.
I think you'd get Reece James for less money than what Trent would cost you anyway, because I think Liverpool would rinse you for him.
Yeah.
But you're right in what you're saying, bro, because look at the England squad. Mm-hmm. They didn't get picked, did he, Trent, when we went to Euros? I'm sure Trent didn't get picked.
Nah, he's rested and all that, though.
Because it was a whole thing of like, he's not good enough defensively. Like, basically, do you want a defender?
I don't think he'll be England's number one. I think it'll be Reece James. Especially in international football, you have to be good. You have to be good defensively, and I just don't think Trent's good enough defensively, although he has been going forward. Look, it's a madness. We'll end it there, but it's proven what we've said all along. We've said this for months, that City fans this summer, you know what I mean, prepare yourself for something that you're not going to like, because something this transfer window will happen that you do not like. Emotional. And we've just got to back the team, back the board, accept it, you know what I mean, have a little cry if you want to, you know what I mean, which I'm sure we'll all do when certain players leave the football club who've worked really hard for us over the years. But the club feel that we need to refresh a few positions, get some players out, get some fresh blood in, which I completely agree with. I always say that you need to refresh the team no matter how much you're winning.
Gotta keep moving forward, innit?
And I still don't know fully what to do with the left back position. I'll leave it up to Pep Guardiola, which, you know, I'm sure he didn't want my advice anyway. But yeah,
numbers still there, Pep. If you want to ring, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Look, we'll leave it there. We'll be back tomorrow for another stream. And it's a Champions League final tomorrow, isn't it? Is it Sunday? It's tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow. So I think we're doing a tier 3 for that. Is that right?
Yes,
we are going to do a tier 3 live stream tomorrow.
Yes, it is. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, tier 3 live stream. Get yourself involved in it. Join the Extra Club.
That's it. Link in the description if you want to get involved. Guys, help support the channel. Come and join us for the Champions League final. Big stream. And
Hala Madrid on, huh?
Hopefully, innit? But it's not going to happen. I think
Liverpool
will dust it. I think Liverpool will dust it.
3-0 at half time.
Yeah, exactly. Right, guys, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. We'll leave you with the Manscaped ad, and we'll see you tomorrow. See you in a bit. 85% of partners prefer a man who is groomed below the waist, and 96% of partners think bad grooming is a major turn-off. That's where Manscaped have come in to help us all out, including myself, lads. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a trimmer specifically designed with our crown jewels in mind. It has skin-safe technology to reduce those nicks and cuts and gives you the maximum confidence while trimming below the waist. It's also IPX7 waterproof rated, so you can operate in wet or dry conditions. It has a premium 7,000 RPM motor with quiet stroke technology and a massive 90-minute battery time, which is supported by its wireless electromagnetic charging function. With the Performance Package 4.0, you'll get the Crop Reviver with witch hazel and powerful odor defense. This keeps your balls protected after a good shave. Crop Preserver with its soothing aloe vera and advanced quick absorbing cream, keeping your balls feeling fresh and hydrated. And the Weed Whacker to trim ear and nose hair. The Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to keep you the most groomed man in the room. Use our code EXTRA20 XTRA20 at checkout and you'll save yourself 20% off your order and receive free international shipping.